Hey, how you doing? How's it going? MrDeadman here. Okay. Rant and Jill. And I'm not feeling so good this morning because there's a truth I need to give out. I need to put out there. There's a little fact I need to put out there. So I'm feeling a certain way. I could use your support. I could use your emotional support through money. That'd help. Okay. Or you could reach out to Gator and ask him why he denies the truth. I struggled with it last night. You see, my parents would always joke that there was another child. That there was another child. They would joke that I wasn't even their child. That there was another. That there was another out there. That I had a long-lost brother I just never knew about. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I struggled with it. But yesterday I took a moment of silence for myself and had a deep meditation, enabled with a lot of booze, of course. And certain memories came back to me, certain haunting memories. Gator and I I hate to say this, but we're twins. I hate to say this, but Shannon is my twin brother. He just doesn't know it. He refused. I don't want it to be true. I don't believe it. But maybe that's the reason why I still think there's some humanity in Gator. Gator, brother. First, there's so much to unpack here. There's so much to realize here. But you can't live in denial. I refuse to live in denial. I accept it. You're my lost brother. Now that means I have to find our dad. Our real dad. So I can get closure on what happened and why we became separated. I need to find him. If I could find my real dad, Gator's real dad, Shannon's real dad, I can get closure as to why we were separated the way we were. Gator, don't worry, bro. I will find the truth. Okay? As God is my witness, I'm on the hunt for the truth, and we're going to find it. Explains so much, Gator. Look at me. Look at my mustache. Look at it. I know yours is more, a little weaker in my taste. Okay, I'm not gonna dog on you, bro. But we have that same bod patch right there. We both use soundboards, okay, at times. You use it more than I do because you're afraid to come out, Gator. You are afraid to be you because you are afraid of being bullied and being ridiculed and all that stuff. I think what happened was we were separated at birth. That I do realize, but we went on different paths, man. I was the subject of a lot of bullying in school, I guess you could call that. And the outcome of that is someone who really, you could say nasty stuff to me and it's like, whatever, bro. I've heard worse, far worse. And I could joke with it, have fun with it, roll with the punches. But you, Gator, you hide yourself behind a soundboard. I had myself behind gay shades and a hoodie and a tiger that has more personality than me. But you hide yourself with a soundboard of Dame Pesos, a soundboard of everyone else that is a little bit more entertaining than yourself. Gator, be better. Do better. I'm going to find our dad, Gator. I don't trust you. Because one, I bet you right now you'll disavow and deny that we are brothers. But stop lying, Gator. We're brothers. That was for the emotional pain. How's it going, Justin? I'm gonna put on live chat. You know, it's how you guys doing? How you guys doing this morning? Y'all doing fine? I'm gonna talk about Elliot Page, transgender now. All right. Way to go, bro. Good for you, I suppose. I laugh because, you know, I find it funny that it happens now, like later on in their life. Like now they realize they're a guy. Now they realize they're a guy. I don't know about you, but I watched those early Ellen Page movies, like Juno and when she was on X-Men, The Last Stand. I seen them. Everyone was saying that, oh, Ellen's cute and all this stuff. I was like, bro, are you serious? She's a dude. Have you seen Ellen Page and Juno? Oh, man, broad shoulders, a very manly face. Have you seen her in X-Men The Last Stand? Juno, or when I say Juno, Ellen Page is clearly more manly than the Wolverine guy. Okay? Way more masculine. Broad shoulders, huge pectorals, and a bulge in her pants that's clearly her dick. Ellen Page is a dude, and she came out and embraced it. Finally. We all knew it to be true. Ellen Page, Elliot Page. So she is a lesbian, or was a lesbian. See, this is going to be so confusing because I'm talking about her in past tense, but him in present tense. But really, if I want to be the 100% perfect ally, I'd be him even in past tense. But that doesn't make any sense because in the past, she was Ellen, or he was Ellen, which was a she, and now in the future, at present, it is a he. So it's like I don't buy that you could just change the past references. That doesn't make sense to me. I struggle with that. I think a lot of people struggle with that because what if they switch again? Then it's all of a sudden, oh, now it's back to she again. That logic doesn't make any like if you want to transition later on in life, then let that point be on forward your new identity. Michael Cera was already gay. Well, yeah, I mean he's clearly homosexual. Clearly. Oh yeah, so that's another thing. I haven't watched Umbrella Academy, but I've seen the latest images of Elliot Page, and clearly looks like a dude now. I mean, I don't know what happened to her, but she got hit with an ugly stick real fast. Ellen, you used to have cute features about you, but now you look like an ugly dude. Okay? I'm being kind. You look like an ugly dude. All right. I have so many questions about this. So if Ellen Page was a lesbian, and then transitions to Elliot Page, and now a trans woman? No, that's a trans man, right? What is that? A trans man is a woman that becomes a man, right? Dude, I get so confused by this stuff. Oh my God. But the thing is she still a lesbian? Because you can't be a lesbian if you now identify as a man and you're banging a chick, or you're or you're attracted to chicks. If you're a chick attracted to chicks, yeah, that makes you a lesbian. You'd be a lesbian then. If you're a chick that's attracted to chicks and dudes, you'd be bi then, you know? So if Ellen Page was attracted to chicks, which made her a lesbian, and she's in a relationship with one, I believe. And so now she transitions. Now she's Elliot Page. Now she's a dude. Okay. So does that make her straight now? Dude, the logic is just wow. You get lost in that shit. And hey, I think next week, Wednesday, I'm going to have a guest that's very LGBTQ pro. Okay. Should be an interesting guest on Hard Talk Radio. One of the things to talk about is queer and gay representation in horror and all that stuff. And what I plan on doing for that is my homework and looking for any signs of things before as well. That could be like, hey, you know, there's representation. I think that things have kind of run out of exaggeration, all that stuff. But it's going to be interesting. It could be a chill conversation. It could be not so chill. I plan on keeping it chill. Usually with my guests, I always keep things kind of chill, non-confrontational. Just like, you know, if we have a different opinion, then it is that. You know, I don't want to get into politics and all that. And I will have many questions. And if any of my jokes sound crash to her, well, remember, guys, I am a bisexual deerkin. That's how I identify. All right. I have my internet personality, which I identify as whenever I do these streams. And then I have my real personality, or I guess that's not my real personality. I'm sorry. That's my private life personality. One of which is in the closet. The other one is out there in you know, trying to get out, trying to be the real thing. I'm torn. I'm conflicted. But anyway, moving back to Elliot Page here. Yeah, so Ellen Page was a lesbian. Now she's Elliot Page, which would make her straight now. Now she's not a carpet muncher. Now she's a carpet plower. Well, I don't know. She doesn't have a penis yet, so she's... Wow, that stream messed up. Press F in the chat or something. My computer got hung up on something. It may talk about too much. Am I drunk? No, not at all. Not at all. Nope. This is a lunch break, bro. And I'm working. Cannot be drunk. But I'm talking. I'm doing a lot of talking, a lot of thinking. I shouldn't be thinking. I should not be thinking. Here's this Ellen's response, her letter, her coming out letter. Coming out. So she already came out of the closet of being a lesbian. Now she wants to come out again to be trans. And we'll get into what does that mean for all her prior roles and all that stuff too. But it says, you probably read this before, heard this. Hi, friends. I want to share with you that I am trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. Well, good for you, Elliot. Good for you. Elliot, I'm glad it took you this long to finally figure out that you are Elliot. Good. How brave. Brave. It goes on and says, I feel lucky to be writing this. You should feel lucky. You're a Hollywood celebrity, you know? You had that luck. Did you get the role because you sucked Weinstein's dick? Did you suck a Jewish guy's dick? An old Jewish... It doesn't have to be a Jewish guy, but someone who's a gatekeeper. Did you suck their dick for a role? Or did you get your role genuinely? That's a good question to ask. I have to ask that question now when there's been many people who gave up their mouths, gave up their ass for roles. And that's a fair question. That's a fair question there. If you got it legitly, then, you know, fine. If you gave up your ass or mouth for it, then, you know, are you lucky? Are you lucky? I mean, you kind of sold your soul to the devil for that position. Anyway, I feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. Good for you. I feel overwhelming gratitude for the incredible people who have supported me along this journey. Well, yeah. What happens if they don't support you? What happens if they say, I don't mean being critical. What happens if they just bring up a little minor point of contention? Like, Elliot, are you sure about this? And they say that, they're dead. They're pretty much dead to you. And they're chased off Twitter. They're chased off out of Hollywood, probably. I mean, it's bad times. Bad times. I like the ET reference. I do. She calls herself Elliot. She looks more like ET. Oh yeah, she looks like a total dude now, man. An ugly, not even a manly man dude, but just like an ugly, scrawny, sniveling creep, you know? Watch this. With her luck, she's gonna go bald. She's gonna be losing hair, especially for all the hormones she's taking. It's gonna like backfire. Something's gonna happen. She's gonna start balding fast. Let's see. I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am enough to pursue my authentic self. All right. Good for you. Good for you. You've been munching carpet so long, you decided to be a man, and you want to put your dick, the dick that you want to have, in her. It feels good. It does feel good. I've been endlessly inspired by so many in the trans community. Okay. Well, thank you for your courage, your generosity, and ceaseless work to make. I think she wants a role in a trans movie. Watch. The movie that what's her name? Scarlett Johansson had to back out of whatever because they pretty much bullied her, because actors they don't play themselves. Actors play characters that are all sorts of different ways. The skill is, can you act? Can you read a script? Can you make it believable? A believable character. It's not portraying who you actually are. That's the whole thing of acting, to take on different roles and different characters, to play something that you're not. Anyway, but since now you have to play who you are, now she's going to get those roles. Watch that. That'll be interesting. Elliot Page is going to be the face and pretty much lead in all those trans movies. If Hollywood doesn't just freaking die and implode due to COVID. Anyway, I will offer whatever support I can and continue to strive for a more loving and equal society. More loving and equal society. Okay. All right. Let's see. Because I'll say, I love that I am trans, and I love that I am queer. Hold on. Back up. There we go. I have a problem. I have a question. A legit question. How could you be both queer and trans at the same time? A legit question. Look, my problem with this stuff is I want a hard, defining definition. I want something where you could apply logic to, and it just makes sense. So she says she's queer. I don't. First of all, I don't understand really what that means. I guess it means like non-binary or whatever. She feels either way. She could go male or female or whatever in between. What is the in between? They don't tell you what the in between is, right? They'll say, oh, gender's just a construct. What do you mean it's just a construct? I get there's social scripts. There's things that social scripts, things that you learn to do based on, what you see, what society expects of you. But, however, there is something in our DNA, something related to our sex, our chromosomes, when it comes to certain behaviors, certain traits. You can see this cross genders with the human species and with animals. There's certain things that just happen and are kind of expected because of biological roles and all that. Like women being more nurturing because they have that maternal role and they have certain maternal instincts, usually. Usually, I mean, there's crazy cases where they drown their kids in the bathtub because Satan told them to, like Andrew Yates. But, you know. But they'll say, oh, you know, gender's just a construct. No, man. No, it's not just a construct. Because gender roles on stuff has been something going on even way before school, way before a governing society. You know, it's sort of like people have been in these roles, doing these things. Besides, like I said, what is the third gender? They can't tell you. They can't tell you that, you know? Because what is the third one? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. So because I'm saying here, if she says, if Elliot's saying she's queer, but she also identifies as trans, then she has a clear identity and it's trans, so it's not really queer, is it? Is it? Are you following me? I'm trying to follow their logic here. And she goes on to say, and the more I hold myself close and fully embrace who I am, the more I dream, the more my heart grows, and the more I thrive. She might actually believe her heart grows in that. I mean, to all the trans people who deal with harassment, self-loathing, abuse, and the threat of violence every day, I see you. I love you, and I will do everything I can to change this world for the better. Oh my God. Get to acting. Get to acting. You're better as an actor. Does activism shit? I do everything I can to change the world for the better. Which she means she's going to be in the future movie she's going to be in are going to be roles for trans people. Watch. Watch. That is a calculated fact right there. How you guys doing? How you guys feel about Elliot Page? Let's get some more likes there on the live stream. Let's see, it goes on to say, Page uses both he, him, they, them pronouns and describes himself as transgender and non-binary. See, that's what I'm saying. Non-binary. So then how can you say you're... Wait, she's not saying she's a dude. I just now caught that. Elliot isn't saying that he's a man. He's saying he's trans. But trans what? See, if gender's just a construct, then what is the point of transitioning anyway? What's the point of that? If it's just a construct and it's non-binary and fluid and could be anything, then what's the point of transitioning? If it's based on how you feel, which is bullshit, a bullshit premise anyway. I mean, guys, where did this whole like gender construct thing come from? Psychology, right? Social science. Social psychology. Which is a bullshit fucking science. It's not a hard fucking science where you can retest and reevaluate and actually studies that can look at the same variables and really try to replicate the findings. No. It's a science based on feels. It's a science based on feels that was started by armchair psychologists that were trying to be big brain and think about how human beings work, what drives them. Some were on point, some went a little too far on things, and it's not a hard science. It's so weird how we let stuff like that creep in and just dismantle everything. Man, that's my question here. How I can be trans and non-binary at the same time? Especially, this is so confusing to me. Oh man. All transgender people deserve the chance to be ourselves and to be accepted for who we are. Okay. But I'm still confused about who you are. Because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but okay, Elliot Page. I'm not shaming you. I'm not hating you. And here's the thing. When you ask these questions, when you have this position that I do, they'll say you are phobic, right? Am I expressing a fear? Are you guys expressing a fear? Are you? No. No one here is expressing a fear. There's no fear involved here. There's no phobia. A phobia is an irrational fear. You could see a phobia of arachnophobia, people who are deadly afraid of spiders, or people who are deadly afraid of snakes, you know? That is a phobia. Deathly afraid. There's no phobia here. This is a lot of questions and want to get some information that I'll probably not get. This all sounds like gobbledygook and doesn't make any sense. But the other side of me, not really a libertarian, but just like, if Ellen Page wants to be Elliot Page, fine, sure, I don't give a fuck, I don't care. Good, more power to you. You do that. You do you, bro. But then it's like, you know, forcing people to adhere to their, like, I guess to buy into it or to treat them a certain way. To address them in a certain way. Come on, man. I can't even force people to address me as sir. Come on. Shit. You grew up with a daughter, the little daughter. You realize real fast. Man, these people with thin skin, they attack everything. And that's what's going to happen next. See, the reason why Elliot Page is doing this, I think, is for roles. But she's going to get the trans roles. She's also going to go after anyone who doesn't change her name or her name to his name now, and all the prior roles. Watch. Elliot Page right now has she has an arsenal of victimhood missiles, just victimhood traps, and she's going to fire them off. She's going to set them down, and she's going to go after anyone. And she'll be in the news and the headlines because, they're not changing it to Elliot Page and X-Men: The Last Stand credits or some bull crap, some stupid stuff. Let's see. He goes on to say that his notable roles include Kitty Pryde in X-Men series, which I told you, she totally looked like a dude there, right? Come on, we all agree. Ellen Page looked like a total huge buff dude in X-Men Last Stand. Hugh Jackman? Man, Hugh Jackman... Elliot Page, he totally dwarfed Hugh Jackman. I was confused the whole time. Who's the Wolverine? Who's this manly person right here going through walls? Prior to the transition, Page was one of the most visible gay actors in Hollywood. Was a lesbian. Carpet muncher. Love that stuff. But I think she wants to keep both the lesbian and the trans, which for us normies, I guess, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because I guess we think all binary, I guess. I don't know. Glands. I've been using real chicks in the thumbnail. I might do some anime chicks here and there. One thing about me is that when people kind of like push me a certain way, I like to react back. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. The reason why I went on that hentai binge that I did for a while is because there was a certain... I think I talked about this before. The Discord, in my Discord, there was a certain, I would call it like porno Puritans, I guess. I don't know. The guys are like completely against all of it or whatever. At least they say they are. But the same guys that say they are, I see their posts too, and they hang out. Some of these guys hang out in Phantoms Organization's Discord and throw down the most degenerate furry shit I've ever seen. So a lot of it's just a bunch of trolls anyway. But But interesting reaction to the non-safe for work section, I was like, you know what, that reaction, you say I shouldn't do it, I can't do it, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna double down, bring on some fun with it, and that's that. But that's not all me, right? Right. That's not all me. I mean, the anime stuff really for me was in my, growing up in high school and when I was in college. That was my anime hentai watch. I mean, the latest anime I've seen was, I think Goblin Slayer. I haven't seen all of it. It was cool. But I think, yeah, so. And hentai, like, why watch hentai when there's like real shit? I tried watching hentai, and I'm not gonna lie, last week I was like, this is interesting, but let me watch real shit. Some big ass Latina getting fucked hard. All right, how you guys doing? They don't use phobia to mean fear. What they're trying to do when they call you a phobe is attempting to shame you, right? Right? And people buy into it. And people are afraid of that. But it's like, your label doesn't mean anything to me. Because first off, what you're telling to me when you throw that label is you don't even know what words mean. And that just pretty much seals my theory on some of these people, is that they're just throwing these words out, not knowing what they mean, because they're confused. I think a lot of these people are confused. I'm not saying that in a mean way. Not trying to be mean here, right? I'm just trying to be fair. Now, those, and while it may not stick to me, and let's say hypothetically someone texts me on Twitter, whatever, which no one will. I mean, whatever. But let's say they come at me and be like, "Oh, MrDeadman's a transphobe or some shit." I'm not gonna be offended or triggered by that, but some other people might be like, "Oh my god," and just start like jump on that, see blood in the water, and that's gonna happen. That may happen if that happens, sure. I mean, and when there's moments you kind of see who your friends are. I mean, it's like whatever. But I'm also a guy who doesn't have a whole lot to lose on the internet, I do this for fun. Anyway, but yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Dave. Good point. Let's see. What is this going to do for Elliot Page's prior roles? Technically, we're none, right? Because Elliot Page only has one role right now, which is Umbrella Academy. All the prior roles were Ellen Page, right? I mean, it was Ellen Page that we saw in X-Men Last Stand. It was Ellen Page that was struggling to get that abortion in Juno. That wasn't Elliot Page, right? And if that's the case, if they want us to go back and change all the names of the past, all the references in the past to fit the current identity, what if there's someone out there who flip-flops all the freaking time about their identity, and like you just can't keep track of that? You know what would help kind of really put this in perspective? If someone who's like The Rock or someone would have come out as a trans woman, just say it. Oh yeah, I'm a trans woman now. You're gonna refer to me as a woman. Watch pretty much all the women out there collectively. Like, what the fuck? They would have a pretty interesting reaction about that. It would be interesting, right? Twitter would be happy at that moment. Machine gunning the word transphobe and all those pretty much basic normie chicks that are all about The Rock, obsessed with The Rock. What if Chris Hemsworth came out as trans? That would be so confusing. It's so freaking confusing. No one would believe it. They think he's joking. There's no way people would believe that shit. But here's the thing. If it's about identity and it's about how you feel, then anybody could come out as trans at any time and no one could say anything because it's based on feeling. It's based on feels, right? Like when I say I'm a bisexual deerkin, how can anyone deflect that? It's based on feels, man. It's based on feels. I mean, do I have to show them proof of me grazing grass in my backyard? Do I have to do that? Do I have to show them the time when I crossed the road with my family? Lost a child, by the way. Okay. I lost a kid. It was a sad experience. You know why I have this tiger here? As a deerkin? They show you that I'm not tiger phobic. That's why. I'm not afraid of tigers. I'm not. Or lions, or any of them. Oh, so there was a female kicker. Oh God, we gotta talk about that. The female kicker. And y'all see that? Y'all heard about that? Oh shit! What college team was it? Vanderbilt, right? Oh, the shitty college team. No one roots for them. No one roots for them at all. No one loves them. No one cares about them. Worst team ever. Well, because they play so horrible. And they're like this season, I don't keep track of sports, so don't expect me to talk sports all the time. But in this season, it's like it has not won a single game. Vanderbilt has not won a single game. In fact, I'm getting ahead of myself. But this season, they have not won a single game. So what they decided to do while they're losing is go ahead and go woke as they can and bring out the female kicker. This female kicker has a background in playing soccer. She's like gold in soccer. So you know what's best? Take a gold female athlete in soccer, put her in football where she can kick a ball, right? Does it make sense to you? No. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's why when she debuted, and if this was supposed to be the historic debut of a female kicker, it only went 30 yards. I know this much about football. That when they're kicking like that, they're trying to get that ball as far as possible, all the way to the other team's end zone, to put them in a trap, to try to get as enough ground as possible. But that kick was pretty bad. I could think of my neighbors could probably do. I could probably do a better kick. If she is the star athlete in soccer, the star female athlete in soccer, then why not have her compete with men in soccer? Why not do that? You know? And I gotta be careful here too. Because what I'm about to say, people can say, oh, you're a misogynist, whatever. You hate women, all this stuff. But no, this is true. Like, I don't understand why they wanted to bring out a female athlete at all in a game that's big, giant dudes running into each other. Already, like, messing with their skulls and bones and breaking shit, right? You want to put this chick out there we'll put things in perspective real fast. The moment they put, really, the chicks really have no business being out there on the field, on the football field. Really, no business. Because they're going to get hurt. They're going to get demolished. They're going to be destroyed by these giant 300-pound, muscle-bound motherfuckers. I mean, they're freaking bulldozers. Man, they come in, charging, boom, going to knock you down. It's not me saying it, it's biology. women, I mean, their bones are weaker. That is true. That is true. Boom, crushed. It'd be a huge liability. Can you imagine that? NFL, the future of the NFL, that might actually happen, where they actually bring on female athletes. They put them on the field, boom, get crushed. It'd be so sad. It'd be so sad. Because, I mean, once they start doing that, once they do that, there's no going back. It's not like you can turn course, change course, and go back. Like this female kicker here for Vanderbilt, what it did was set a precedent that, you know what, we're going to start doing this more. While the other kickers are like, you know, I could have kicked that ball further, but I guess not having the right chromosome makes it to where I don't get a shot at this. Is that right? And her background's soccer. Like, what does she? No? Okay. That's not even the best part, though. Because this team sucks so much. They use this wokeness, this woke moment of celebrating a historic female kicker to fire a black guy, to fire the black coach, which now they're trying to say is racist. Twitter's trying to say is racist. But the team, like, is horrible. If your coach can't make the team work, if you keep on losing, you're gonna get fired. It doesn't matter what race you are. I just found that funny. Another thing on my mind before I wrap up here is this IP2 shit. This Ice Poseidon Project 2, whatever. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't. I was watching a live stream last night of the Alice chick, where she was stranded in a hotel in Phoenix. And she was crazy. She was doing these weird, awkward dances. She spent a lot of money on a ticket. She missed her flight, and she's kind of screwed. And she's trying to ask for help. She's trying to ask Baked Alaska for help to pick her up. In the chat, it says, Baked Alaska's coming. Don't worry. You're good. You go to the Baked Alaska stream on DLive. No, man, she's not good. What Baked Alaska and this other black dude, Dope or whatever, what they're doing is, one, they're having this weird conversation about motivation and about how this IP2 stuff is going to be like the Warner Brothers of reality internet stuff. Okay, whatever. And then they start talking to this other guy, Lols or whatever, and dude, they spend like an hour there just dicking around doing nothing while they're supposed to go save this chick. It's like Baked Alaska is so ADHD. Everything else is on his mind, like in the moment. I don't get it though. I guess people would have watched to see how far these losers go. See what happens in their life. See how far they fuck up. Maybe that's the appeal. I can see that. And Alice, we talked about her, the crazy chick, right? The nut job. Baked wants to bang that. And this chick, not only is she crazy, she's dirty too. Apparently, admitted by her, she hasn't taken a bath. She hasn't washed down there for like over 4 days. Oh my God. You could smell that yeasty, beastie yank pussy from a mile away. I'm like, man, why does it smell like fish around here? We're nowhere near a fish market. And yet you have that Alice chick walking beside you the whole time. You never understand. Why does it always smell like fish? Ask Alice. The pussy's like a skunk. Anyway, I'll wrap up this stream here, guys. How are y'all doing? Before I wrap up. All right. I'll see you guys later on tonight. Hard Talk Radio, 9:30. See y'all then.